You would do that for me? How long would it take?
Well, if you can symbolically adopt a tiger, and you can help save them and other endangered species and their habitats.
Morning, Lynn.
To you by MSC Industrial Supply. Second down and 7 for the Minutemen at their own 49. McKibben on the keeper, and McKibben able to pick up about 3 yards before Michael Hartman, a sophomore linebacker, brings him down.
11 yards on 2 carries for the quarterback McKibben, but Chuck he seems hesitant to give the ball to Jones because everybody's looking at Jones, and well, see what happens here on 3rd down.
McKibben looks to throw, rolls out and fires a strike, and it's caught by Dakota Simon, the 6'1 junior, with just his 5th grab of the year, but it's good for a first down up at the Rocky 37. The first down sponsored by IU Goshen Health.
Gain of 10 yards on the play. McKibben 1 for 1. Strange, Chuck, about this time of year how both coaches talked about confidence, playing with confidence, and McKibben completes his first pass of the night, and that certainly is what helps build that confidence. Folks, we invite you to go to supersavingsocial.com to see this daily deal. The deal for today is 1-hour student massage for only $15 from Charter Massage College. That's on supersavingsocial.com this weekend only.
Mike Jones with his first carry of the night, and the young man getting the start in place of DeJuan Alford struggles for 2 yards. John Ruff in on the stop. Jones had 48 yards against Jimtown last week, but when you take a look at this Concord team without Alford in there, not a lot of stats to put on the board.
Concord has to avoid these 2nd and long situations as the turnovers. That's been their problem. There's a nice hole.
Jones with a burst, and he gets up to the 30. He's a north-south runner, but we were talking about a lack of stats, especially in the running game for Concord. They had just 91 rushing yards for the season in their lineup coming into this one. So it's 3rd and 3 for the Minutemen. They're at the Plymouth 30, midway through the first quarter. McKibben can't figure out what he wants to do and fell down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. McKibben's mind knew what he wanted to do. His feet on the slick turf here at the rock pile, well, they just couldn't get the message.
They are giving him enough time there, but he just didn't have anywhere to go. Nice job by the defensive end there for Plymouth. Number 10 did a nice job of...
That's Mac Mercer.
Big Mac, as he's commonly known down here. 6'9" defensive end. Can't throw over him. Tough to run around him.
4th and 5. Too far for a Nick Weisson field goal attempt. So Concord will go for it. A high snap. McKibben gets it to the tight end, Franco House. And watch the big fella go. He gets out of bounds at the 22-yard line. House making his 19th catch of the season. It's good for a Concord first down. It's sponsored by IU Goshen Health. And you get another look on the TC replay.
Gain of about 9 yards in the play. So 2 for 2 start for McKibben for 19 yards.
Stephen Dixon checking into the defensive line here for Plymouth. Pressure on McKibben, but he completes the pass. It's Dakota Simon on the catch, I believe. We'll have to double check. Nope, that's Rob Frudig. Rob Frudig making his 5th catch of the year. And Frudig picks up about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Again, the footing a little treacherous out there for quarterback and receiver. It took a step or two to get that one in, and there's the Rocky defense wrapping him up, but gain of about 4 yards on the play.
I tell you, they don't want Frudig trying to catch the ball that way. They'd rather have him put those hands together in a triangle. Here's Jones on a draw play, and Jones going right up the middle of the field, and he's awfully close. In fact, I do believe he's got a first down sponsored by IU Goshen Health.
Needed 6, got about 6.5. 3rd first down of the drive.
It takes Concord up to the Rocky 12-yard line for 1st and 10. Plymouth with the touchdown on its opening drive. Concord trying to respond. It's Jones on the draw, and this time nowhere to go. John Ruff is there to greet him. Ruff, who had a big game this year against Northridge with 8.5 tackles, gets Jones right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not much of a gain there, and Good job by the Plymouth Rockies, not only to get the stop, but then get some help. A lot of people arrived there in a bad mood.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Minutemen. And we've got flags thrown and whistles blown, and a false start against Concord.
Second penalty of the night against the Minutemen. Both of them 5-yarders. Folks, Imagineering Finishing Technologies is industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. IFT provides lubricants, coatings, conversions, as well as testing and consulting. The IFT team is proud of the teams in tonight's game, as well as their team and all of their wonderful customers. Give them a call at 1-800-207-2516 for more information. Imagineering Finishing Technologies.
Ryan McKibben looking to the sidelines to get the play. Concord on 2nd and 15. They send the tight end House in motion, and he gets it on an end around. And the Rockies, kind of like the Lilliputians taking down Gulliver, get all around him and bring down Franco House. And Danny Stevenson was in there on the stop, along with Cole Mann.
Give him a yard or so on the carry.
Mann firing right in there and taking out the legs of House. It leaves Concord looking at 3rd and 13.
And it makes Steve Austin nervous.
No kidding. Especially with Alford already out. Here's McKibben under pressure. John Ruff couldn't quite get him. McKibben on the run, throws. Oh, he had a man wide open, but overthrew Dakota Simon in the end zone.
Good pressure by the Plymouth Rocky defense.
Dakota Simon was lonely in the end zone, but McKibben, under pressure, overshot him, and now Nick Weisong will come on for a field goal attempt for Concord.
Well, McKibben did a good job to get his shoulders around just to have a chance to get that ball completed.
Weisong just 3 out of 8 on field goal attempts so far this year. He's going to try a 32-yarder here out of the hold of Dakota Simon. The snap a little high, but the hold gets down, the kick gets up, and it is good. So the Concord Minutemen answer a Plymouth touchdown with a 32-yard field goal off the foot of Nick Weisong. And with 2:53 to go in the first quarter, Plymouth leads Concord 7-3 on the 46 game of the week.
Are Meyer brand chips a family favorite? Just ask Hudson Valinka, Meyer shopper since 2006. Or his father, Rodney Valinka, Meyer shopper since 1993. So come shop Meyer for kettle-cooked chips sliced extra thick for a uniquely bold crunch and flavor. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices.
First time I ever got injured was in pro football. A running back is not a running back if he cannot run. There's times I couldn't get in and out of the car. My knees hurt so much. It became too painful to play golf. We have a home in Indiana. I felt very, very comfortable with Dr. Clausen. I'm out of pain. I can do what I want to do. My name is Gail Sayers, and I had my knee replacement done in Elkhart General Hospital.
We're home comfort experts. We'll fix it at the speed of light.
It's a great day at Home Comfort Experts. How can I make you smile today?
How about an $89 furnace tune-up? Our courteous technician will arrive at your home on time and easily recognized from an email you will receive. Your time and safety are important to us, and so we're passing on great savings.
We're home comfort experts. We'll fix it at the speed of light.
As the seasons change, so do the selections at Varner's Greenhouse and Nursery. Choose colorful mums and other fall decorative items to enhance your home. Start thinking tulips now. Holland bulbs direct from the Netherlands, ready for fall planting. Visit Varner's Bird Sanctuary. Varner's carries sunflower, thistle, mixed bird seed, and a variety of bird feeders. Still haven't finished your landscaping? It's not too late. Come to Varner's for mulch, trees, and shrubs. After all these years, Varner's is still your first choice garden center at prices you can afford.
It's Kastner And again, he breaks the seam and gets the first down up to the 18-yard line. Another first down sponsored by Country Auto, and a brilliant performance so far in the first half by Ike Kastner.
He's got 52 yards tonight, Chuck, and he's done it on 12 carries. And a lot of times we watch football games and we ask ourselves, especially during the halftime or when we have a moment to talk about it, if this play worked, why didn't he keep running it? Well, guess what? It's working, and they keep running it.
This is very similar to what Jimtown was able to do against Concord last week when they gashed the Minutemen on the ground. Chase Peters almost squeezed through the hole, but Peters is hauled down after a pickup of just 1 or 2.
The Plymouth Rockies well over 100 yards rushing in the ball game, being close to about 135.
And oh, look at that spread down there, Bobby.
I can't believe I'm not down there.
How did you miss out on that bell? Oh, can you? No, move to the right.
Cookies?
To the right. There, that's what we're talking about there.
I'll be back a little bit.
Little bake sale going on down there.
Stay with us. Bob will be back in just a few minutes.
2nd and 8 for the Rockies. It's Stevens up the middle. Stevens still on his feet to the 3. Sam Stevens with another first down, sponsored by Country Auto. And Plymouth pounding the rock right now.
13 yards on the carry. And don't think John Barron wouldn't love to take about 3 plays to get in from the 3.
Randy Warren with yet another touchdown-saving tackle down there. That's the 3rd time we've said that about him tonight. It's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Plymouth.
Play number 13 coming up on this drive.
It's Kastner pitching wide. Peters gets around one tackler. Peters struggling to the end zone. Touchdown, Plymouth. Chase Peters with his 2nd touchdown of the night. Bob, you said before the game off camera he was your pick to click. What did you see in this young man?
Well, just a lot of want to, especially in practice this week. And again, John Barron talked about, I want him to play with confidence because I think we're good enough, but we're just not sure. But some of the guys who are working extra hard in practice, including Chase Peters, who's had a couple different positions in his career here at Plymouth, is one of the guys that said, I'd like to have the ball, and he's in the end zone for the 2nd time.
Jordan Knapp on to try the extra point out of the hold of Ike Kastner. Knapp, a left-footed kicker, a bit of a high snap, but the kick is up and it is good. The Plymouth Rockies take 7 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock to march down the field and put an 11-point lead on the league champion Concord Minutemen. Rockies lead at 14-3 here on TV 46.
When it comes to convenience, your one-stop spot is Smith's Food Mart at US 33 at Ash Road. The coffee is always hot and fresh, and the deli is open with everything from a hot breakfast to delicious subs anytime you're hungry. Need a loaf of bread, gallon of milk, some eggs, meat, or frozen foods? Find them all at your one-stop convenience spot, Smith's Food Mart, Ash and 33 at the crossroads of Jimtown. Fuel for your car and your family at Smith's Food Mart.
Technology alone can't succeed. Technology needs guidance, purpose, boundaries. Technology needs people. So before Toshiba sends in our technology, we send in our people to find out how it can help your business grow.
So you people secured and streamlined our entire copier fleet. That's what we do.
Learn how Toshiba can save you up to 40% on document output costs. Toshiba, leading innovation.
I need more technology like you around here.
GRC Golf Carts has the largest selection of golf carts for sale or rent in the Michiana area. GRC Golf Carts invites you to visit them at their location on Toledo Road in Elkhart. You'll get the best deals this summer. Want a cheaper, cleaner alternative to getting around the subdivision, touring the back 40, getting from the office to the warehouse, and tooling around the lake house? Then get to GRC Golf Carts on Toledo Road in Elkhart or visit us at grcgolfproducts.com.
If you are suffering from any of these symptoms, Family Wellness Center can eliminate the need for pills and surgery, muscle stiffness, spasms, neck pain, headaches, mid-back pain, lower back pain, numbness, irritability. Don't ignore the signs. Relief is ahead at the Family Wellness Center. Chiropractic care is covered by most auto insurance policies. The road to recovery begins here. Family Wellness Center, Lincoln Way West, just east of the airport.
It's time to take your career into your own hands, literally, at the Charter College of Health and Massage Therapy in Warsaw. Massage is one of the top growing careers in the U.S. In less than 2 years, with classes that fit your schedule, you could be a state-certified massage therapist and ready to work for a chiropractor at a hospital, in a health spa, on a cruise ship, or in your own business. To find out how to take your career into your own hands or to schedule a student or professional massage, call the Charter College of Health and Massage Therapy.
The Strains of Rocky Top playing through the rock pile. The crowd celebrating a 14-3 Plymouth lead. And Bob, that Harold Ziegler scoring drive has some impressive numbers.
Really does, Chuck. 72 yards, 13 plays in the drive. They picked up 5 first downs, overcame a couple of penalties, and took 7 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, and up 14-3. Concord looks up. Only 4:56 left to go in this first half. Fast moving, well played game. Concord needs to get on the scoreboard here before halftime.
A couple of fourth down conversions on that drive were critical, and then Peters dodging tacklers to get the touchdown run right there. We come back to live action, and Knapp's kickoff is taken deep by Mike Jones at his 6. Jones hesitated, and John Ruff wrapped him up back at the 17-yard line.
Michael Garrity with a good tackle there. His dad, one of the assistant coaches here at Plymouth, and his mother, a Marion High School grad. Class of well, I'm not going to say what class, because then we'll all know more than we need to know. But Susie, congratulations.
So Concord gets its first touch of the ball in the second quarter with 4:45 to go in the stanza. And time of possession has been a big feature for Plymouth this year, and they're using it again here tonight.
So far in the ball game, 12-17 time of possession for Plymouth, 6:47 for the Concord Minutemen.
And to get the right football out there for Concord, they do. Mike Jones on the carry. He's got a seam. Jones manages to burst through that seam up to the 25-yard line and pick up about 7 yards on the play.
Very patient that time. That's one of the things they talk about with running backs. Now, he's reading the blocks, and then when he turned it up, he got some leverage. He got forward for 7 or 8 yards. Good carry.
They spot it back at the 24, so only give him 6 at 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to McKibben. He's in trouble. McKibben fires and finds Franco House, and the big tight end stays inbounds. Now goes down to the 44-yard line. 20-yard pickup on the play, and Franco House, the Concord coaching staff was unanimous before the game. They've got to find ways to get him the ball.
Not hard to understand that kind of logic. Good completion there for McKibben. He completed his first 3 passes and had missed on his last 3. Now 4 out of 7.
1st and 10. The first down sponsored by IU Goshen Help. High snap. Jones slip. And then he's going to be dragged down by Mac Mercer at the 47-yard line. Mercer, 6'9", 190-pound sophomore. He's already getting looks from a lot of D1 basketball institutions.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a gutty 4-yard carry right there for Jones. Almost down, drags one guy, 2 guys. Finally come in and wrap him up, but got it out to the 47-yard line.
2nd and 6. McKibben trying to roll out and throw, and he almost had it intercepted. When McKibben has to roll to his left, he is not nearly as effective a quarterback.
Well, the coaches before the game were talking about how sometimes they'll throw off the back.
In Plymouth territory at the 25.
4 seconds on that drive for Plymouth.
So McKibben hands off to Mike Jones, and he's hit hard by Mac Mercer again. Mercer having a great game at defensive end.
You see a kid like that, 6'9", and you're wondering, what kind of physicality he brings with him. Just a sophomore. He's a pretty solidly built young man, and doesn't mind hitting a bit. Loss of a yard on the play.
They might want to put a tight end down there to help with Mercer, because he's getting right around the right tackle, James Langridge. And the fact, they moved Dakota Simon down to play a little bit of tight end here. McKibben nearly falls down, now has a big hole to go through on the right side. McKibben tackled from behind by Trenton Briles after he gets up to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Gain of 6 yards. McKibben's got to be careful. That ball was kind of slipping out of the back of his right arm there. Watch the ball as it works its way back. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I asked McKibben before the game about the footing on the field. He goes, well, that's why they give us longer cleats. You might want to get something a little bit bigger. 3rd and 5 in a trips formation to the left of McKibben. He rolls that way, squares the shoulders to the end zone. That ball is dropped. Incomplete.
Wow.
He was looking for Frutig, and Rob Frutig had a chance to make a touchdown grab, but instead the ball pops out. It'll be 4th down, and let's see how Tim Dawson plays this one.
Pretty well thrown ball. Tough night again with the conditions, but what McKibben has to think about is that he probably had the first down if he just holds it onto it and picks up 4 or 5, but he had a man open in the end zone.
Well, there have been 4th down conversions aplenty in this game, and Concord will try to get another one here at the Plymouth 20-yard line.
You're kind of playing on house money here. You're down here in Plymouth territory, result of a turnover. Take a shot.
And that's what McKibben will do. He's got a lot of room on the right side. He's going to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Concord. Franco House. His 3rd touchdown catch of the year. It's sponsored by Scott Puckett, Edward Jones, and the Minutemen take the lead. The big fella, Franco House. A nice rollout by McKibben, and House was running right there with him.
The Harold Ziegler drive. They went 25 yards in 4 plays, and Chuck, another 4th down conversion.
Nobody has been able to stop anybody on 4th down tonight. All important extra point here by Wyson. And the kick is up, and it is good. 8:28 remains in the 3rd quarter. But for the first time tonight, the Concord Minutemen have the lead. The Northern Lakes Conference champs trying to defend their title, and they're up on Plymouth 17-14 on TV 46.
Harold Ziegler Elkhart Ford wants you to experience the difference. We go the extra mile, offering added values like free 24-month, 24,000-mile worry-free maintenance, plus a free 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty on used cars. Do you know an athlete who makes a difference? Nominate your Ziegler Athlete of the Month today. The winner receives an athletic bag filled with valuable prizes, including a $150 gift card to Dick's, plus Notre Dame football tickets. Experience the difference at Harold Ziegler Ford Lincoln and Elkhart.
Hoosier Trophies is more than trophies. Hoosier Trophies can custom engrave plaques, medals, and clocks as well as trophies, or engrave just about any item as they perform their own engraving services on site. If you're looking for a way to recognize an employee or student that has gone above and beyond, Hoosier Trophies can create the perfect gift to say congratulations, great job, or simply thanks. Hoosier Trophies is Michiana's choice for commemorative items of all types, and they have the area's lowest prices. Located on the corner of Portage and Adams Road in South Bend is Hoosier Trophies, not just trophies.
It's time to take your career into your own hands, literally, at the Charter College of Health and Massage Therapy in Warsaw. Massage is one of the top growing careers in the U.S. In less than 2 years, with classes that fit your schedule, you could be a state-certified massage therapist and ready to work for a chiropractor at a hospital, in a health spa, on a cruise ship, or in your own business. To find out how to take your career into your own hands or to schedule a student or professional massage, call the Charter College of Health and Massage Therapy.
At First Federal Savings Bank, we're a full-service bank specializing in home mortgage lending since 1966. Everything with your home loan is done locally, from closing to payoff. Our new branch in Mishawaka is LEED registered, keeping the planet's needs in mind. Go Green checking account. It's convenient, flexible, and pays you back every time you use your Visa debit card at $150 just to open. First Federal Savings Bank. We think green in more ways than one. Visit one of our 6 Northern Indiana locations.
Want your home to pass the white glove test? Call Parker Services Cleanup Crew. They specialize in home cleaning and windows and can help with weekly, monthly, or one-time need. Parker Services Cleanup Crew is family owned and operated with 25 years experience. Selling your home? Having a house full of guests? Or just too busy? Parker Services will make your home sparkle. Get impeccable service at a great price. Call Parker Services today at 574-993-6935 or go to tparkerservices.com.
McKibben from the shotgun. He's got a receiver open down the sidelines, and it is incomplete. He was going for Adam Glanders, and Glanders couldn't come up with it.
Had his fingertips on it for a second, but couldn't bring it to the ground with him. And Tim Dawson saying, hey, again, we're on house money. Had it right there and lost it when he got to the ground.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Elliott Eads on the coverage that time for Plymouth.
8 out of 14 on the night now for McKibben.
It's Jarrett Settles trying to go into the middle of that Plymouth defense and nothing doing.
Our game of the week being brought to you in part by Meijer. Open 24 hours with everything you need, all in one store. That's Meijer. Why pay more?
3rd and 6 now for the Minutemen. Down to the 27-yard line. Not really in Nick Wyson's field goal range when you're going into the wind like this. So definite 4-down territory here for Concord. It Settles again trying to go off that right side. Fumble the football. Did Plymouth get it back? It looks like Dakota Simon got on top of it that time. And Simon with a fumble recovery to keep Concord from a turnover.
Covered right around the, well, they're going to pick up about a yard on the play.
So that leaves Concord looking at a 4th and 5. Remember, Settles hasn't had a lot of carries this year, and John Ruff popped him pretty well on that play.
43 yards if they want to try a field goal into the wind, not likely.
Trips formation. They're looking for Franco House, the tight end. Now McKibben's going to run it, and he's got the 1st down. And McKibben run out of bounds, but not until he moves the chain, sponsored by IU Goshen Health. And a good decision that time by the junior Ryan McKibben.
Again, we saw a possession a little bit ago where he could have pulled it down and run for the 1st down. He did that time. That's a gain of 16 yards on the play.
Elliott Eads knocked him out of bounds, but Concord has it down inside the Plymouth 20 at the 19.
Gain of 7, my bad math.
And here's Settles trying to go off the right side, and Settles picking up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. Plymouth had a little personnel problem that time trying to get its defense set, and I'm not sure they had everybody where they wanted them.
Well, you watch the TCU replay. We tell you the TCU mobile web banking is at m.tcunet.com. Easy, convenient, and secure. Need a new debit card? Get it instantly. Visit your local TCU service center. And again, TCU text banking, easy, convenient, and secure.
On 2nd and 3, it Settles again. And Settles bowling his way down to the Plymouth 5. It's a 1st down, sponsored by IU Goshen Health.
Gain of about 7 yards on that play. It Settles now with 21 yards on 5 carries on the night.
When he had a healthy DeJuan Alford, Tim Dawson had a running back that could knock people over and avoid them. So now he's using 2 running backs to do that. He's got Mike Jones who can avoid people and Jarrett Settles who just knocked people over.
And Mike Jones who can recover fumbles.
And Jones is in there now to carry the football. And he lugs the pigskin into the end zone for a touchdown for Concord. It's sponsored by Scott Puckett, Edward Jones. And the Minutemen have opened up the lead.
And they've had some help from the guys in red with the turnovers. 3:09 left in the 3rd quarter. Concord taking control. A lot of it has to do with how they've played, but again, they've gotten a lot of help. 3 turnovers in this 3rd quarter by Plymouth.
And all the spirit and fire that was on that Plymouth sideline in the 1st half has diminished greatly now. Flags thrown before the kick by Wyson, and the Minutemen jumped. That'll cost them, or actually it's offsides against Plymouth, but since the whistles blew before the kick, not sure Tim Dawson's going to try to move him right now. He'll probably just have Wyson booted again from right where they are.
Good conversation there with Eric Harmon. Not only a fine businessman and a veteran official, but a world-famous Hollywood actor. Okay, he was in a movie with Nick Nolte.
Yeah, Blue Chips, and he was the official in that movie that ejects Nick Nolte's character from the game. Hasn't had to have an ejection here tonight. Nick Weisson with the kick. It's up and good, and with 3:09 to go in the third quarter, Concord is looking to win its 12th consecutive Northern Lakes Conference game, and they have a 24-14 lead on Plymouth on TV 46.
Harold Ziegler Elkhart Ford wants you to experience the difference. We go the extra mile, offering added values like free 24-month, 24,000-mile worry-free maintenance, plus a free 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty on used cars. Do you know an athlete who makes a difference? Nominate your Ziegler Athlete of the Month today. The winner receives an athletic bag filled with valuable prizes, including a $150 gift card to Dick's, plus Notre Dame football tickets. Experience the difference at Harold Ziegler Ford Lincoln in Elkhart.
As the seasons change, so do the selections at Varner's Greenhouse and Nursery. Choose colorful mums and other fall decorative items to enhance your home. Start thinking tulips now. Holland bulbs direct from the Netherlands, ready for fall planting. Visit Varner's Bird Sanctuary. Varner's carries sunflower, thistle, mixed bird seed, and a variety of bird feeders. Still haven't finished your landscaping? It's not too late. Come to Varner's for mulch, trees, and shrubs. After all these years, Varner's is still your first choice garden center at prices you can afford.
Welcome back to the Rock Pile. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nagel, and Bo Hunt with you. Time to answer tonight's South Bend Trivia question. Actually, we'll do that after the kickoff here by Nick Weisson, as Concord has taken a 24-14 lead with 2 touchdowns on very short scoring drives here in the second half.
Last drive, 32 yards, 7 plays, 2 first downs, 2:27 off the clock. Harold Ziegler, Ford Lincoln bringing you the drive recaps.
And Concord has decided to continue with the squib kicks. They'll sacrifice some field position to not have a big special teams return. So let's answer that South Bend Trivia question. There he is. There's Tim Dawson. He's got 150 career wins. You know how many games Concord
have to dig down now and get something going. 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. They've given up 2 short drives to Concord. They put the Minutemen in charge, and now they've got to battle back. Plenty of time.
Sam Stevens toting for 4 yards on that carry to set up a 2nd and 6. As you take a look at John Barron, 60 and 24 in his tenure here at Plymouth. Kastner on the option. His pitch batted away. Did Concord get another one? They sure did. Their 4th fumble recovery of the third quarter. Unbelievable. Brandon Thomas has that one. The freshman getting the start tonight for the injured DeJuan Alford. And this is fumble number 4. There's been a ton of them here in the third quarter, Bob.
Well, that's number 4, and Thomas has 1, Miller has 1, Jones has 2. And just been a real tough third quarter for Plymouth. They did so many things well in the first half, but the second half, and give credit to Concord for making some adjustments. They're really getting aggressive with their defense.
And now McKibben fires off the hands of Adam Glanders, and incomplete at 2nd and 10. Concord has had problems connecting on the passing game in parts of this third quarter. As you get another look on the TC replay, the ball just thrown a little too high for the lanky Glanders.
I'll tell you what, it's Tim Dawson, I know, wants to roll the dice a little bit because he got the turnover again, but Plymouth's defense has been out there a lot here in the second half.
High snap, and McKibben chased down by Cole Mann for a loss of 6. Cole Mann, a 6'2", 225-pound senior. And on this night of homecoming, he does not want to be denied.
Well, we didn't think there'd be any quit in the Rockies. Just got to hang on to the football.
Plymouth could really use a Concord turnover, and boy, the Minutemen have made a slew of those this year, but none tonight. They have a +4 in the turnover category, and it's one reason they're up by 10 with 1:48 to go in the third. On 3rd and 15. Pass completed on a wide receiver bubble screen, and it's Adam Glanders who gets taken down at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th and 10, and let's see if Tim Dawson wants to pooch punt it here and try to pin Plymouth deep or go for it.
9 out of 16 on the night. 93 yards now for McKibben as he gets closer and closer to that 100-yard mark.
Concord looking at a 4th and 9 here, but Dawson has such confidence in his defense right now in the second half that he's going to go ahead and go for it. McKibben, again a screen. It's Franco House. House breaking through tackles, but taken down well short of the first down. John Barron fired up on the Plymouth sideline all the way out on the field as his team comes up with a big stop there.
Gain of about 3 yards on the play, but on 4th down, the first time tonight, Chuck, somebody's gone for it on 4th down and not converted.
The stop made at the 36-yard line, so Plymouth gets away with that fumble, and with 57.5 seconds left in the third, Rockies are still in the football game, but they've got to string together a possession here.
I believe Kastner is going to carry the football, try to find those little wedges that he's able to slide through to get yardage in the first half.
It's Kastner with a bad pitch. It's unbelievable. Jason Spriggs recovers the 5th fumble of the quarter and takes it in for a touchdown. And there's an injured Plymouth player down at the 31-yard line. And I think it might be Kastner.
Kastner a little slow to get up, Chuck, and a lot of things are hurting on that young man, including his pride, because he came out after a real good first half and wanted to lead his team to the big win over Concord. Right now, he's got to get himself back on his feet, get over the sidelines, and taking a close look at him. He's banged up pretty good.
Plymouth has had all kinds of problems with concussions this year. They've got their leading receiver for the season, David Lee, out with a concussion tonight. And now, as the trainers take a look at Ike Kastner, you wonder how much longer he'll be in this game. But like you said, Bob, I think what's hurting as much is perhaps his pride. He caught it right underneath the chin that time and really got planted into the turf on that hit.
Franco House doing the house planting.
And then Jason Spriggs, the other defensive end, picking up that loose ball and taking it on in for the score. And Concord now with a 30-14 lead. What a turn of events here in the third. 5 fumbles by Plymouth in the quarter.
That would be your TV 46 all-time record for fumbles in a quarter.
And really, if you want to get technical about it, there's been 6. They recovered one of their own. Wysong with the extra point here. And with 49.6 seconds left in the third quarter, Concord leading 31-14 and looking to get their first win at the Rock Pile since 2005.
We're ranked among the top 5% in the nation for joint replacement at Elkhart General Hospital. They offer the very latest in orthopedic technology, equipment, and procedures. They also understand what's important to you and your family. For more information, visit the website at egh.org. That's Elkhart General Hospital.
Reminder, we've got college football for you on Harvest 103.1 WHME Saturday at noon. Big Ten play opens down in Bloomington. Joe Paterno and the Penn State Nittany Lions come into town. Joe remembers when the limestone at Memorial Stadium was still in the quarry.
You saw it being carried to make the Lincoln Memorial, didn't he, during the Civil War?
But Joe Powell will take the Nittany Lions in there to take on Kevin Wilson and the Hoosiers. We'll have it for you Saturday at noon on your home of the Hoosiers in South Bend. Harvest 103.1 WHME. And not a real happy homecoming crowd right now in Plymouth.
Well, the only thing they handed off in the second half, or since the first half, that didn't get fumbled was the roses for the homecoming queen. But other than that, Plymouth just hasn't been able to hang on to the football. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the quarterback. Ike Kastner is still on the bench for Plymouth.
So Nick Wysong gets ready to put the toe to it. This time he hits a end-over-end pop-up kick that's fielded back at the 31-yard line, and that's where Plymouth will take over. And now we'll keep our eyes on the Rockies to see who goes out there. Kastner is trying to come over by the coaches and say that he's okay, but I don't think he's going to get the nod right here. Instead, it'll be John Ruff going in at quarterback.
Yeah, one of the things you got to consider here too, Chuck, with a couple of weeks to go, and then the tournament coming up. If Kastner is banged up, you want to make sure you don't have them get banged up anymore. It's a tough situation now, down 31-14.
Ruff, a 6'3", 195-pound senior. Hands off to Stevens. And Stevens picks up maybe a yard or two before he's taken down by Tyrone Olenchuk.
Stevens at 50 yards rushing on the night. Our game of the week tonight being brought to you by Holy Cross College, offering rate lock for tuition. Holy Cross College, because experience matters.
Ruff, a three-sport athlete at Plymouth. He plays basketball and bob. He's also on the golf team.
Love it.
I'm sure he would give you strokes.
I would need them.
Bobbled snap, and Ruff goes down behind the line of scrimmage. That time roaring in to make the play was Jason Spriggs with the hit behind the line of scrimmage. Spriggs also a three-sport athlete. He plays basketball and lacrosse in addition to football. And that'll do it for the third quarter of play from the rock pile. A quarter that was all Concord, and that's an understatement. The Minutemen exploit 5 fumbles by the Rockies and build a 17-point lead on TV 46.
It's time to score.
The thing I enjoy most about SMC is the smaller class sizes. I actually started taking classes at SMC.
Protect the 31-14 lead. Let's see if they keep it on the ground. Mike Jones darting through traffic. Jones gets a block. Jones looking for pay dirt. To the end zone, touchdown, Concord. Mike Jones from 46 yards out, the touchdown sponsored by Scott Puckett and Edward Jones.
Well, it was going to happen eventually. Concord was going to break one and maybe break the back of the Plymouth Rockies here tonight. Jones, terrific cutback, got blockers in front still, even downfield. Good effort again by the Rockies to try to hang in there, but Jones into the end zone again.
Nick Weiss on to try the extra point. Concord starting to lay the lumber to the Rockies here at the rock pile. The snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. And with 8:07 to go in the ball game, Concord looking every bit like another Northern Lakes Conference champion. DeJuan who? Just kidding, DeJuan. I know you're watching, but your buddy Mike Jones just took it 46 yards on TV 46.
Your life, your community, your world. It takes a lot of good people to bring you the news and information you need every day.
I'm Al West.
High school football game of the week is brought to you in part by Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. That's Meyer. Line drive kick. It rolls all the way into the end zone for the touchback. And Plymouth will take over 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line. It is a very young Plymouth team. We've made the point tonight. Only 6 seniors on the Plymouth roster, and 2 of them have been banged up for a good portion of the year. So you have to take your lumps sometimes when you have a very young team, and that's been the case for the Rockies in the last 3 weeks.
Ike Kastner gets a lot of credit. He took a good thumping a couple of possessions ago back in there. Just a junior.
It's Jordan Knapp in motion. Kastner bottled up in the backfield. Now we got flags flying in from all over the place. I think there was a face mask in there.
Give credit to Concord a little bit on what's happened here in the second half. The reason for a couple of the fumbles is that the defense has been penetrating. And Chuck, we talked about how in the first half they were kind of reacting. Second half they came out and attacked, and they took away the angles and everything that Kastner had in the first half, and he tried to pitch to people who weren't really open and led to turnovers.
So a 15-yard face mask walked off against the Minutemen. The first down is sponsored by Country Auto. And Plymouth gets the ball up to the Minuteman 35-yard line.
Just the 3rd penalty of the night against Concord.
Kastner has only attempted 1 pass tonight. It was incomplete. And he tries to circle around the end here, and he's taken down by Duncan Boone on the hit. Boone, a 3-sport athlete. He's a baseball player and a diver for the Concord swimming team.
This week's game brought to you in part by the great team at Imagineering Finishing Technologies, the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. IFT is where invention meets engineering and where our finishes are your beginnings. To learn more, call IFT at 1-800-207-2516 Good luck to both teams tonight from Imagineering Finishing Technologies.
Knapp takes the pitch, and look at Jordan Knapp. He's had a terrific individual game tonight, and he picks up 8 yards right here. And those are the kinds of things that you try to build on if you're John Barron with this young squad. You take a young man like Knapp, who's a junior, and you show him the film of this game and all the good things that he's done in this one and try to build on.
72 yards rushing tonight for Knapp. 65 for Kastner, 54 for Stevens. They've done some good things tonight.
There's some good quickness on this team. They don't really have a game breaker. Knapp's probably the closest thing they have to one. Kastner was looking for somebody to pitch to. There wasn't anybody out there, and he goes down with it. And we'll see if the Rockies go for it again here on 4th down.
I might just as well want to remind you can catch the best of Indiana high school sports right here on WHME TV 46. The IHSA is proud to bring you high school sports, and their mission is to encourage and direct wholesome amateur athletics in the high schools of Indiana. Visit their website, won't you, at ihsaa.org.
4th and 1. Plymouth goes for it, and they get the first down and a lot more. Michael Hartman on the carry up to the 45-yard line of Concord, and it's 1st and 10. And Hartman, with his first carry of the night, picks up the first down, sponsored by Country Auto, as you get another look on the TC replay.
Picked up about 12 yards on the play. New Country heard from there.
And not a bad one. Hartman, now he's only a sophomore. And they've got a lot of sophomores playing, actually, on both these teams tonight.
Some nice-looking freshmen as well, Chuck. John Barron does not choose to dress his freshmen, but he's got about 35, 36 freshmen. Tim Dawson, proud of his freshman group. He said he's got about 40 over at Concord. So the future is looking good for high school athletics and certainly for football around the northern part of the state. We'll try to get a chance to bring it to you here on TV 46 WHME.
Well, I know they're very excited down here in Plymouth about their youth football program as well. Here's Kastner looking to throw, and all he sees is white jerseys and goes down. It's Taylor Miller that comes in with the sack, the 5'7", 163-pound junior. As you get another look on the TC replay.
Folks, you like to do business face-to-face at Edward Jones. That's how we prefer it. Let Scott Puckett help you make sense of your investments, from stocks to insurance to mortgages. Stop in or call him at 574-875-0828. Scott Puckett of Edward Jones is located across from Concord High School next to Martin Supermarket. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Chase Peters on the pitch out. Spriggs trying to chase him down. Peters still on his feet down the sidelines. Stepped out of bounds at the Concord 45-yard line. It'll leave Plymouth with a 3rd and 10 as he got about 7 yards on the pickup.
Another guy you like to see get out there in that open field. Picked up about 7 yards on the play, but he's had some good looks tonight as well and done a good job on defense and scored a couple of touchdowns.
Kastner, an honor roll student here at Plymouth. Only a junior. And showing some toughness out there tonight. It's Knapp in motion. Kastner throws it, and it goes off the hands of Peters, incomplete. That was a very catchable ball.
Second pass of the night, both incomplete for Plymouth, and they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Pretty well thrown ball, but again, it's tough. You know, your footing, just a little bit too high there for Peters that time. We'd like to thank Penguin Point. They fed our production crew tonight with great food. Visit your nearest Penguin Point to pick up a great deal on a 2-piece Pampered to Perfection chicken basket with Idaho French fries and homemade coleslaw for only $3.99. Now that's a great deal. Penguin Point, the people-pleasing place.
Kastner with time to throw, lobs it out there, but Peters can't quite get to that one. And on 4th down, the Concord defense holds, and the Minutemen will take over. 1st and 10.
Chuck, when you don't throw the football, it's tough to throw when you have to. Plymouth put it up a couple times on that possession, and Concord will take over.
So Plymouth without a pass completion tonight. And Concord has the ball, 1st and 10 from its own 46, and we'll see a new quarterback out here for the Minutemen. This is Trevor Wilmore, the 6'1", 161-pound sophomore. He's 19 of 48 for the year with 288 yards. He's thrown for a touchdown, but he's also had 4 interceptions. He had a big touchdown run in their win against Elkhart Memorial. They're really working on this young man's mechanics, though.
Got to work on that, and he's what they really like about him, he's a pretty good runner.
He'll hand the ball off here. As Concord's going to just try to keep it on the ground, you have to think for most of the rest of the night. That is Brandon Thomas with the carry. Thomas, a freshman, terrific basketball player, and Tim Dawson very high on the talent of that young man.
3 yards on the play.
He's a former Northside Husky, by the way.
Which puts him in pretty exclusive territory, along with one Chuck Freeby.
Well, glad you could remember.
He now has more yardage.
A lot more yardage than I did, yes. 2nd and 7. Another handoff, and Thomas got spun around as he took the handoff from Wilmore. Thomas probably wondering why Wilmore gave him the football when there were nothing but red jerseys pouring in on him.
Hey, partner, I'm just a freshman. Help me out here. Folks, what moves you? The adrenaline rush of competition or a simple walk in the park? At Indiana University Health Goshen Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our advanced comprehensive care can help you keep moving. Whether it's joint pain or an injury, help rediscover your mobility. Call them at 574-534-2548. That's IU Health Goshen Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. What moves you?
3rd and 8, the second unit in there now for Concord at every position on the offense. Wilmore rolls out as though he's going to throw the ball, and he does, and he completes the pass for the first down. So a first down completion for Wilmore. And we'll see if we can come up with who this is. This is Osiris Munn on the catch. So Osiris Munn making his first catch of the year. It gets a first down, moving the chains. That's sponsored by IU Goshen Health.
Gain of 17 yards on the play.
And let's see if they go back to the ground game here with Wilmore at quarterback. He's got a trips formation to the right. It's Wilmore keeping it himself and finding a big hole up the middle. Wilmore dodging tacklers and going all the way down to the 10. So Trevor Wilmore showing one of the reasons that Tim Dawson is high on that young man as well.
Nice carry by Wilmore, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tim Dawson doesn't try to. Well, you can't put your guys out there and tell them not to try to score, so we'll see what happens here. But Wilmore, very capable backup, and boy, a nice situation for Tim Dawson when you look at the young players who are contributing in his program.
They really see some similarities between Wilmore and the quarterback for the Minutemen last year, Anthony Yoder. Wilmore will try to keep it himself here and gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. Cole Mann coming in and making the stop as he caught him around the ankles.
Specialty Orthopedics says go Big Red. They love their Big Red Rockies. They offer general orthopedic care, including fractures, shoulder, hand, and foot surgery. So when you're in need of orthopedic care, go where the Plymouth athletes go. See Dr. Anthony McFerrin at Specialty Orthopedics located in the Lifeplex complex in Plymouth. Go Big Red from your friends at Specialty Orthopedics.
Only a minute 45 left in the contest. Concord up 38-14 and all the way down at the Plymouth 10. This is Wilmore keeping it himself. He's got a blocker in front, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Trevor Wilmore with his second rushing touchdown of the year. And Concord on the board again. The scoring play sponsored by Scott Puckett, Edward Jones.
44-14. What a second half explosion by Concord. And Chuck, there's a couple things. You know, Tim Dawson, very classy. He's got to play the Rockies every year. And so he knows you don't want to make it appear that you're running up the score, and that's not what he's doing. But he's thinking, boy, if we have to play these guys again, they won't forget us.
And that's very possible in the sectional. 1:34 to go in the ball game, and the second half, and the game have now become all Concord. Minutemen lead at 45-14 after the Wilmore touchdown on TV 46.
Why is Southwestern...
Brought to you by TCU. Their mobile web banking is available at m.tcunet.com. It is easy, convenient, and secure. Somewhat like this second half for the Concord Minutemen, who lead at 45-14. It's hard to believe the Rockies led at 14-10 at halftime.
Tale of two halves, certainly, and for Tim Dawson and his crew. There's Dennis Teagarden, who coaches the special teams over there for Concord. His father, of course, Phil Teagarden, who had a great run at South Bend St. Joe. He's at Riley briefly, and then Elkhart Memorial. So he's sending the special teams. You got a lot of new kids out there. We're seeing a lot of clean jerseys, a lot of clean white pants, which means you haven't been out there much tonight because it's been a little sloppy. But I'll tell you what, hats off to the crew here at Plymouth and athletics director Roy Benz. Field looks pretty good for as wet as it was starting the ball game.
And we wish Roy's assistant Mary Beth Hunter the best as she recovers from some hip surgery. I know she likes to get out to the games as much as possible. Night like this, she might have stayed home, and about this time, she might be glad she did. Jordan Knapp takes the kick back at his own 5. Knapp had a big kickoff return earlier in the game. This time, he's taken down at the 29-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Desmond Love that time as he takes down Knapp, and Plymouth will get one last possession in.
That last scoring drive for Concord, recapping it for Harold Ziegler Ford Lincoln in Elkhart. The Concord Minutemen went 54 yards in 6 plays, picked up 3 first downs, 3 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock, and Wilmore in for the touchdown to make it 45-14. And don't want to take anything away from the Minutemen. The score will look a little more lopsided than I think the game we saw because Plymouth was ready to play. But there's just, I've never seen a football team able to overcome 5 turnovers in 1 quarter. And there were a few other ones that could have gotten away. So pretty easy to figure out what Plymouth's got to do to tighten up their ship.
Well, next week, I don't expect to see anything like this. Instead, we'll see a showdown in the Northern State Conference between the 2 league leaders. The Bremen Lions, who upset Jimtown last year, now have to go back to Knapp Field. Bremen undefeated, and the Jimmies have been red hot since the season opening loss to Northwood. It should be a dandy. The smell of burnt leaves and apple crisp will be in the air, and so will the football as Bremen takes on Jimtown next Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9 on TV 46.
So many times that matchup has been so crucial to our success here at TV 46 early. You know, this is our 21st year of doing high school football, and those Bremen-Jimtown games long time ago, all the way back when Bo Hunt was playing.
I believe the games were in black and white back then.
You're going to be in black and white on your face there. Bo gets up here, but no, I'll tell you what, those were great football games, and we're going to have time for about 1 or 2 more plays here as the clean jersey gang goes at it here.
That was Vicente Vasquez that time on the carry for Plymouth. New quarterback in there for the Rockies is Vince Hayden. He's only a sophomore. And, Bo, what's the mood like down in Bremen these days with the Lions and Bob Holmes having turned the fortunes around?
Well, Bremen's definitely on a high right now, and they just feel like the momentum. They feel everything that this year was going to be their year, and being undefeated at this point, they really feel that they have the chemistry not only with the coaches, with the team itself.
Tackle made that time as Vicente Vasquez gets taken down after the pickup of 1. And Concord with a very impressive performance tonight. And it's all smiles over there on the Minuteman sideline.
And if you're just joining us, they've done it all without their top running back. And we mentioned him early in the ball game, but they've gotten this done without maybe one of the best backs in Northern Indiana.
That is the final play of the football game. John Barron has already started walking across the sidelines, congratulating many of the Concord players as he makes his way to head coach Tim Dawson. And this one is in the books. Concord wins its 12th straight Northern Lakes Conference game, defeating Plymouth 45-14. We're back to talk with our player of the game after this on TV 46.
What's my new
Minutemen? They take advantage of 5 Plymouth fumbles and beat the Rockies 45-14 here at the Rock Pile. And Concord remaining undefeated now in the Northern Lakes Conference. And after Wawasee defeated Warsaw earlier this evening, it's down to the Minutemen and the Warriors in this Northern Lakes Conference race. But the defense, the big story tonight, Bob, and one of those stars is standing by with our Bo Hunt.
WHME TV 46 high school football player of the game, IU bound, Jason Spriggs. Jason, first off, what a great second half of your defense came out there and just performed in that second half.
Yeah, it was all about intensity. Plymouth obviously won the first half, so in the locker room, everybody was talking about, we got to get going. We have to get this started. And the second half came out, a bunch of forced fumbles, got a scoop and score. So
you guys were down 14-3 at one point, and after that you guys didn't let a point on the board. What was some of the adjustments you guys made at half?
It's not so many adjustments, just we really set in on playing 4 quarters and playing the whole game, and I think that's what really took us home.
Undefeated in conference, just looks like you guys are in the driver's seat again for conference champs. Your thoughts on that and the rest of the season?
Definitely exciting, 2 years in a row. It's not quite done yet. We got 2 more home games. We'll see if we can get it done.
We'll see you in the playoffs.
See you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Bo. And Bob, you've got our Hayden Ziegler scoring drive of the game.
We do. Concord trailed throughout the ball game until the third quarter. When they put it together, they went 25 yards in 4 plays. 20-yard scoring pass play to Franco House. Not a bad way to go if you got to get in the end zone. And they did that to take the lead at 17-14. The drive took 1 minute and 24 seconds. And that put Concord on top to stay. And Chuck, 35-0 second half on the road. Is this how good Concord can be? And if you can be that good, why don't you play that way the whole game? That's what Tim Dawson's talking to him about on the bus on their way home.
Well, they had a lot of help from Plymouth, though.
They
and
did.
John Barron's got a young team, and he's going to have to stay patient with them, but that's a lot easier said than done when you've lost 3 in a row. And quite frankly, all 3 in blowout fashion. But you never know. The tournament's a couple of weeks away, and maybe Plymouth can get a good draw and get some confidence going. They do have some talent.
And hopefully they can get Dwan Alford back. If they don't, there's some people who stepped up tonight. 100-yard night for Jones, and McKibben looked pretty good at quarterback.
And our thanks to our TV 46 crew who helped bring you the pictures and sounds tonight, including our producer-director, the bubbly one, Tony Beltran, and a cast of folks working hard in some damp and chilly conditions in Plymouth tonight. A reminder, next Friday night we'll be on the banks of the Boggo Net Field as Bremen takes on Jimtown in a Northern State Conference rivalry. See it Friday night at 11 and Saturday morning at 9. And don't forget, you can follow us at 46 Sports on Twitter. Now for the Hall of Famers, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, this is Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final. Concord 45, Plymouth 14. So long from the banks of the Yellow River.
The TV 46 Game of the Week is brought to you by
You've heard the basic rule of dental care. Brush your teeth twice daily and floss once a day. But did you know that dental floss has a long history? Researchers discovered that prehistoric man was the first to use dental floss. However, it wasn't until the 1800s that dental floss resurfaced and dentists began recommending it. In 1815, dentist Levi Spear Parmley encouraged patients to floss their